absolutely. And Arsenal will get a good look at Dean Howson this weekend when they face Bournemouth in the Premier League. This comes in between the two massive games against PSG. So it's a bit of a distraction, I guess. But at the same time, if Arsenal win this and other results go their way, that could be top five and Champions League practically secured with a few games to spare. So do they still have to take it as seriously as they would any other game, even with it coming in between these two massive Champions League games?
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. They've unfortunately they've put themselves in a position where this game still means quite a bit. They should have had it wrapped up, but they've dropped too many points of late. And so yeah, it's absolutely a game they have to win. If they drop more points this weekend, then they could find themselves in a real proper sticky situation in the league with a trip to Anfield to come and then Newcastle to come as well. So, they've got to win this game at the weekend. It's far more important than it should have been, unfortunately. But they're gonna, it's not ideal because you'd much rather them just have basically a free hit this weekend with the two PSG games on either side of it. But they absolutely have to take it seriously and go all out and try and get the win.
They do, yeah. And Arteta's going to face some really tricky decisions. Like you said, it's still such an important game for them. You'd expect there would be changes in between these two PSG games. He's not exactly spoiled for choice in some areas, Arteta. I mean, up front, of course, Partey will return for the second leg against PSG, so you could move Mourinho up front for that one. And we've spoken previously about the academy, the youngsters coming through, one in particular, Nathan Butler-Oyedeji. He made his Premier League debut off the bench against Ipswich. Is this Bournemouth game a good chance to see what he could do from the first whistle, or do you still think that Mikel just has to go, with experience in that forward line?
Yeah, no, he'll go experience. He won't make too many changes. I think the fact it'll be Saturday, Wednesday as well makes it slightly easier for him. And obviously tonight's Tuesday, so you got a decent little gap. There's no travel involved. You're at home again at the weekend, so I don't think they'd be too sort of worried about that. I think he'll go. I think he'll go pretty much full strength. There might be a couple of changes. Maybe you'll see one of Saka or Martinelli given the night off. Like you said, Marino could go up front, and then you could play Trossard on one of the flanks and rest one of the wingers. Ethan Nwaneri could come into the mix as well. I think he'll probably change the fullbacks, so you could have Ben White playing and a Zinchenko or a Tierney at the left side. But other than that, I think it'll be full strength.
Yeah, absolutely. And this could also be a clash between two strikerless teams. So, of course, Arsenal, no Jesus, no Havertz. Bournemouth, no Enes Ünal. At the moment, no Evan Nilsson, who was controversially sent off at the weekend. I think Bournemouth have appealed it, so we've got to wait and see whether he will be available for this game. And that red card, it was another really controversial moment. I mean, Alan Smith on co-coms said that he thought it was ridiculous because Evan Nilsson slipped. Just wanted to get your take on whether you agree with that and whether that was another case of VAR getting involved where it didn't need to.
Yeah, I just thought they got involved when it didn't need to. I thought the referee got it right on the field. I thought it was a yellow card. I thought he slipped. He didn't go in there to hurt the guy. He just slipped. You could see it. It took one replay to see that he slipped and lost his footing, and that momentum took him into the player. So I don't think it was intentionally dangerous or reckless or endangering the opponent like all the sort of red flags that need to be ticked for it to be a red card. I just think he slipped and that momentum took him into the play. It didn't look nice, obviously, when you look at the freeze frame and everything, but you've got to put context behind it. So, I thought the referee got it right on the pitch, and I just think again, there's just an inconsistency there with VAR. It's like, why are they choosing to get involved in that when they haven't chosen to get involved in so many other instances this season? And yeah, I just think they got it wrong. I'm pretty sure it will go down as a VAR error. We'll wait and see if it. That doesn't necessarily mean it will get overturned by the appeals process. We'll have to wait and see on that. I think it probably will though. If it doesn't, then I think that's wrong. I think it should get overturned.